Today is the zodiac sign everybody loves to hate, the ultimate communicator, Gemini. In these videos, I will be mostly talking about your sun sign, but if you have a moon and rising in this sign, that also matters. If you have a placement of this sign in the 5th, 6th, or 7th house, this video might also apply to you. I will be paying special attention to the love planet of Venus, which I refer to as bottom energy, and the passionate planet of Mars that I refer to as top energy. In astrology, there are 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. Within each of the elements, there are 3 signs. And for each of those signs, there's 3 different modes that they could be in: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer. They kick off the season. They're instigators. They incite change. The fixed signs are Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. They maintain the systems. They're very self-contained. The mutable signs are Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. They reconfigure the systems and they're very adaptable to change. The symbol for Gemini is twins. And this actually took me off on a different spin that I'm gonna do a short video on. And that is, what about twins and natal charts? What the heck does that mean? What does that look like? The Olsen twins are Geminis. And so I used their chart as a case study. I found it very interesting. And yeah, I'll be releasing that to kind of pair off with this video. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury. That's why they're known for communication. That planet is also known for communication. And they are a muted air sign. So what exactly does that mean? As I've told you before, mutable signs are kind of what I like to refer to as the bow tires of the zodiac. Like as an example, people tend to think of Geminis as a summer sign. So while they are May 21st to June 20th, they end the spring. They're very full of logic. They're fun. They're playful. Sometimes they can be a little restless, come off a little selfish and kind of flighty. They're creative and they love writing and communicating information to people, either via their mouths, their hand, their art, whatever it is.
And today I'm here to talk to you about how I convince people that I'm funny, even though I'm actually not.
And what I mean by that is they like to talk. They're communicators. They're born switches because they are air signs inherently and mutable, born switches. They're kind of like, what do you need? Let's go into Gemini as a sun sign. Gemini is a sun sign. These are the people that have like 400 books at their house and they've almost read all of them. They can tell you about the book, even though they've read only like a third of it. They can tell you about the book and they can sell it to you. They're about getting the truth to the masses. Now, what I mean by that is it's hard for them to compartmentalize. What was I just doing? Check my list. I didn't make a list. I thought I made a list. Where's my list at? I made a list so that this wouldn't happen. You know? I don't understand. Where did I put it? It's not on my phone. It's not in there. Is it in this journal? No. This one. Is it in here? Oh man. So you kind of get my point. They have this mind power ability because of their truth to the masses. They're like, follow me, follow me. Now at the same time, that's only if that's their role. Because they are Geminis, they're very adaptable and they can switch. So if you want them to follow you, they will, and they will adapt to exactly what you want them to be. But that's how Geminis work. They want to learn. So in order to learn, they even mimic a little bit sometimes. It's not their fault. It's literally how they learn to be who they want to be. The Geminis, whatever your placement might be, if it's about the aggression in Mars or about the love in Venus, you are the person in the sex shop. Like, say you're shopping with a Gemini at a sex shop and you're like looking around or whatever, they're off doing something. They come over and they show you this toy and they're like, oh my God, look at this. Isn't this this is cool. But you didn't like that last time. Well, I don't care if I didn't like it last time. I like it now, it's cute. That's a Gemini at the sex shop. So how about Venus in Gemini? Well, my nickname for Venus in Gemini is blind love. When you take Venus, the planet of love, and mix it with Mercury, the planet of communication, you're gonna get expressive, open, communicative kind of love. And your relationships you're gonna talk about it a lot. You're gonna be wanting to process things a lot. That can get a little daunting for people that can't handle a lot of external processing. So just look out for that, because they want love, but then they don't want love. Like, they're fine with casual interactions when they're not in relationships. It means nothing to them. If they need to do it for like, hey, I'm staying at this person's house, I'll, whatever. They don't care. That doesn't matter to them, because that is separate from a loving, caring relationship. They're very spontaneous, and they're very confused by their feelings a lot. That's why they're like, I think I love them. Do I love them? I'm not sure if I love them. I'm totally in love with them. Best person I've ever. Do you think that they're really being honest with me? Do you think that they really like me like I like them? I'm not sure, If they are in a relationship, once there's commitment, the feeling of commitment is gone for them, they're out. Because they're kind of like the get out while you can. If they feel like things are in trouble, they're gonna bail, because they're worried and they want to protect themselves. How do you gain the love and affection of a Gemini and Venus? You let them nail you down. Don't try to nail them down. Let them come to you and let it be their idea. And yeah, they'll be into it, because that's what they want. As long as they feel like you are also committed. Because like I said, once the commitment's out, they're out. If you're their partner, you're gonna need to be funny and exciting. They don't like boredom. Geminis in general do not like to be bored. They get bored very easily. That's why they have 400 books that they've read a third of, because they're on to the next thing all the time. So once you have their attention and they're in that committed relationship with you, they are full out, communicate, let's do the work, let's get it done. Now, speaking of bored, that kind of leads me into Gemini and Mars, because my nickname for Gemini and Mars is bored lover. As a reminder, as I'm recording this, Mars is in Gemini right now. They're going to be kind of loud and forceful in their communication, because Mercury is their planet. And now you've got it in the planet of Mars with aggression. So these people might be yellers, so watch out for that. Or maybe not. It could be quite the opposite. They could be very against yelling because they're Geminis. This placement, though, can have a literal physical reaction to being bored. If you're watching TV with a Mars and Gemini, their body language changes when they're bored. They're just like, ugh, like they can't sit still, and they're just squirmy. And it's like that even like in the bedroom, as an example. Like they're a little more impatient. It's not that they don't like foreplay. They do like foreplay, but they want to get to the action. They're about that action, and they don't want it to be boring. So keep it interesting. If they're not active, they'll get depressed really easily. So that's something, that you can look for in your partner or in yourself. If you have this placement, be active. It's really important. You know what I want to say? Like, the words that people use for Geminis sometimes is this thing called word vomit, where they just blah, 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 blah. And this particular sign, this is on some Linda Blair, okay? Because this is like when they get mad. They can't hold it back. They can't hold back their verbal anger. And people use their words as weapons. They can have sex with anyone or not have sex at all. They're completely fine in either of those realms, because they don't put love as part of sex. They do separate that. If you want to find the love and affection of a Mars in Gemini, look to be able to change things up. Show them that you have passions about lots of things, or that you don't mind that they have a lot of passions about things, and that you want to support that the best you can. Even if it's not something you're into, but you want to support them in their passion, that's golden. Famous Geminis, we have Abby Wambach, Gina Gershon, Sir Ian McKellen, Leah Delaria, or Big Boo from Orange is the New Black, James Charles, Melissa Etheridge. You know you got it. Wow! Morrissey, NPH himself, Neil Patrick Harris, Angelina Jolie, Stevie Nicks. There are a lot of Gemini suns that are also Gemini and Venus, like Tupac, Kendrick Lamar, and Laverne Cox. Now, people who have Venus in Gemini, Gail Harold, you might know him as Brian from Queer as Folk, Christina Hendricks, who's also Gemini rising, Channing Tatum, Maria Bello, Jaden Smith, Alexis Arquette, George Michael, and Jill Scott. Jill Scott also has Gemini in Mars as well, and so does Sandra Bullock. So when we get to Mars in Gemini, Antonio Banderas, Sarah Ramirez, Charlie XCX, Joan Jett, Cara Delevingne, Rita Ora, Samira Wiley, and I want to add that Kylie Minogue has Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars in Gemini. So with 5 placements in one sign, that makes her Super Gemini. So, in summary, Geminis are very loving and fun-loving people. They don't like to be bored. So just keep that in mind. They're super creative. So these are people that you like to have in your life to make it more interesting. And yeah, I mean, I adore Geminis. I do, on occasion, get annoyed with their long-windedness. Hey, have I ever told you about the time that when I was younger, and I put it in her hand, threw it up in the air? That's the first time I saw a toad fly. Yeah, Dad. I've heard that a couple hundred times, actually. But thank you for the reminder. Cute story. They're not going to deny your personality, because if it's different than theirs, they're going to want to understand it. So they can learn about it and maybe do some of that themselves if they like it. The next sign up is Cancer. Yeah, that one's going to be fun. The cardinal water sign. Anyway, until next time, cheers. It's funny how I didn't have to lay down on a bed to do this, isn't it? How's this? Is this okay? Like, I wasn't sure if I should wear this or a sweater because I'm really feeling the Gemini energy for this video, right? I do, on occasion, get annoyed with their long-windedness. It's happened several times. I love you to my Gemini friends. I see people hating on Geminis the most. And my dad was a Gemini. He was the most amazing person. Did he talk a lot? Yes. Was I tired of hearing his stories? Yes. But he was an amazing person. I've dated a few Geminis. In fact, there's Geminis in my life now that I just adore, and I like to have fun with them. And so I think that the hate comes from the fact that they're so social and talkative that they tend to get a little gossipy and attention seeking. They don't mean any harm by it, but they get fuel from that attention, from the gossip. It's the communication thing. They gotta talk. They gotta get it out. And you know what? On to the next thing. If you have any questions, hit me up and let's talk about it.